Hi Prasanna, welcome to Banking Frontiers. I'm really happy to have you on this show where we are celebrating your 7 years at DCB Bank. We hope to get some good insights from you and some directions from you about your professional journey. So we look forward to having a very interesting conversation today.
Yeah, thank you, Manoj. It is always a pleasure to discuss with you. Thank you so much for inviting me here on this such a nice stage with you.
So Prasanna, I looked at your background and I saw that you have studied computer science. I'm curious to know what attracted you to computer science. Some person, some role model, some article, or was it some advice? How did you start thinking about computer science?
So it just came like an accident. I passed out my 11th and 12th in Nasik Post-Military College. My aspiration was to join a army or a defense during my initial days. I had cleared my National Defense Academy exams also during that moment. But some of my personal responsibilities has made me to get into civil services. I got into engineering with the civil engineering first year at Nanded. And I think the way it was the era of IT and the computer science, right? Everybody was looking at how they can change their branch either to computer science or to instrumentation. Because civil or mechanical or production was or electronics was a normal streams that moment, and these were emerging streams. The way we talk about AI engineering or blockchain engineering these days, that moment computer science was a very good subject to learn upon.
So, Prasanna, when did you join DCB Bank and what were your major milestones at the bank?
I joined DCB late September 2014, and some of the key milestone at DCB is the data center migration. Right, complete data center migration from one location to another. It's like changing your chassis of your computer infrastructure. Right. Another project was India's first Aadhaar-enabled ATM, contactless Aadhaar-enabled ATM. It was eventually I published or submitted that paper to RBI, wherein RBI has asked NPCI to implement similar kind of ecosystem to many other banks. Another one, which is India's first or second omni-channel architecture. Like my mobile banking, retail internet banking, corporate internet banking talks to same layer. Like so, some transaction happen on mobile banking can be re-executed on retail internet banking. So that creation of omni-channel architecture on top of ESB or API banking. So wherein these APIs also act as a funnel for fintech. So that was a very fascinating project which we have done. The project which I did, there were quite a lot of deliveries where I at a DCP I handle a card and ATM or POS, or I handle all the digital deliveries, or I handle many other web apps. And on the side, I take care of all the architecture of the bank, like almost 150 plus application, how they are talking to each other with a seamless integration, right? So that is another fascinating work which we have done. The most important project I did at DCP is Innovation Carnival. Innovation Carnival is a innovation generation program within a bank, outside of the bank, working closely with the startup, fintechs. Eventually, it got associated with many tech companies like IBM's, Microsoft, NPCI's, IDRBT. So this was associated with many state governments, also Andhra government or Maharashtra, Gujarat government. So that has given me insight. How do we really drive innovation in country?
That's fantastic. A variety of projects. And of course, the last one is the most impressive, the most impactful for the organization and also for the individuals. So, in terms of technologies, where is most of your intellect getting used? Driving the front end technologies or the back end technologies or something else?
So it was a time when I joined DCB was nothing without any mobile app, right? So mobility. So mobility, how do you really create mobile apps rapidly? So with the help of some of the tech partners, how do we have a better architecture? So I think building those enterprise service bus or API banking kind of a technology. So eventually I got into that expertise, that how do we really utilize technology for my business benefit, right? Okay. So if I divide those technology packets in three brackets. So first one is my front office technologies, which is mobility, or tomorrow's IoT or tomorrow's augmented reality. So we have done a lot of POCs pilots in augmented reality also. Mobility is now backbone for any of those applications. So to be mobile first, we are always there, right? So tomorrow's wearables or ring payments. So this is also we have worked with some of the startups. So first part, technology, which is helping your front office, could be biometrics or ATM relevant Aadhaar enabled, right? So those technologies. In mid, which is around your API banking, or in mid, which is around automation, which is a robotic process automation or intelligent automation. So we have transformed around 40 plus process on RPA. Now we are looking at how can we implement AI ops, like artificial intelligence operations, to monitor overall ecosystem within sitting in a bank, right? To monitor any application downtime. Before customer comes to me, I know that this is down because of this particular problem or something like that.
How big is your IT team today? How much has it grown in the last couple of years?
I think we have grown, I think 3 times in the last 6-7 years, right? Followed by we have API banking kind of unit, sub unit within a banking. Then you talk about then we talk about innovation unit, which is a very crux of everything, which takes care of across all the stakeholders within a bank, and understanding those ideas, and with the help of a tech partner, startups, fintechs, and working out. So this also we have created sitting from 17, right? We have created big data unit, right? Which is with a comprise of 12-13 people, which is taking care of a next level of intelligent banking. So I think eventually we grown multifold, and as what we are looking at here onwards. So the way we have a bank has aspiration. So number of people will certainly increase, but we are creating those intelligent units which will drive all together, right? So like I said, innovation unit or a digital unit or a API unit, or you talk about a big data unit, right? Or RPA unit. So, and what we are seeing that while we are adding new people, we are taking care of existing people, how they can reskill to the next level.
That's very interesting. Now let us look at the subjective perspective. You see, every technology decision, or in fact, business aligned technology decision, involves some kind of judgment, because all the information is not there. And the future is always a little hazy in terms of what the business will be like, what the technology evolution will be like. So how have you been applying your judgment in these kind of situations where you did not have the complete information, where you had to tackle some unknown?
If you say blockchain, whether it will work, it will work. It's a foundational technology. Certainly it will work. It will take its own time, but as an organization, we need to keep on practicing, or putting some resources into innovation, the way I said, right? Whether it's going to be, inside incentives or not, but still we took that risk. We have created that unit with some people, and that has really given us a lot of advantages. Most importantly, we have created internal innovation council, right, which is comprised of various business stakeholders. Now they understand the way they were working now. They have to really shift the gear to the next level, right? With the innovation, with the right technology, with the right business model. They also started hiring good guys for only some of the initiatives.
Okay. So have there been cases where you had a use case, but you had 2 or 3 different technologies, maybe even different generations of technologies? Some frontier technologies, some emerging technologies, some technologies that are proven. So have you seen yourself trying to figure out which generation of technology to actually use?
When we started video KYC journey last year, I had proposed, let's go with the blockchain technology on top of that, right? So that this KYC can be reutilized for other products within the bank, right? So that's how it is. But cautiously we took a call, let's not go with the blockchain because business is demanding immediate onboarding, and we are onboarded within a 20 days or so, right? That video KYC. But what I have seen now, IDRBT along with the METI and the way I influenced, right? Other relevant banks. Now we are creating that whole architecture, video KYC in blockchain, which will be a game changer in the Indian ecosystem. And eventually will involve SARSAI, will involve the SEBI, will involve other regulators to adopt this, right? It will really save tons of money for every bank who are doing KYCs or banks together. So I think we have taken immediate decisions ahead of, or say example, implementing of Zippy, right? We had implemented, then we stopped because there was some regulation around eKYC. So when those regulation had a clear insight with a UIDAI 2.0 guidelines, we implemented that, then we moved ahead. Now it is giving incentives to us. So I think it's a combination of all the thought process. But it is really helping us. We have seen that we have decided, we have taken decisions, and we got successful, although we had some learnings also.
Okay. So when you look at the organizational posture of adopting frontier technology versus emerging technology versus proven technology, has that changed at DCB over the years?
Yeah. That's
taking or more.
On the front, I'm saying mobility without any mobile app in 2014. Now we have every business model is always mobile first. Self-service, mobile banking. Within mobile banking, we are now adding many more other features apart from UPI. We are adding complete gold loan portfolio out there. Or WhatsApp banking, we were not there, we are there. Or you talk about the on the front, fintechs adoption. We were hardly with any fintech in 2014-15. Now we are a hub. So industry says DCB Bank is a hub for a fintech. So many fintechs have started journey from us and emerged as a bigger fintech, right? M2Ps and there are many more I can name. Okay, so on the front, in the mid, RPAs or API banking, that's a journey which we have seen in the last 3 to 4 years. In the back end, we have built our own blockchain engines, or we have our own AI practices or big data practices. So, and at the same time, now we are experts also in all these areas. It's not like that we have built with some tech partner and we will live with that. No, we have some experts who understand our business and amalgam that technology for better opportunities. And most importantly, Manojji, we have created an index, digital transformation index at every unit.
Okay.
So this is, I personally drive this, right? Or you say innovation index. So we often revisit this. How a unit has moved from last year to this year, and if they have to reach to this level, they should do this. And in last years, I must say, the way we have adoption of many projects or digital deliveries, it has gone at least 4 to 5 times more, right? Okay. So that's how I'm seeing how we will really see organization moving to the next level. So I will not be surprised. We'll be among top digital banks in the next 3 to 4 years.
My last question is this: with all the history in banking that you have at DCB and earlier, when you reflect upon it, do you think you should have done something differently in the past to make things cheaper, faster, better, maybe more future-proof?
Exactly. I think when I sit at 2021, I could have said that we could have created a innovation lab for startups or fintechs, right? Before pandemic. Now pandemic, I'm not able to do it because of this whole situation, right? So we had decided we could have done that, right? On a resourcing side, or maybe there was some project like building our own digital branch, right? We could have done it, right? And we would have. So during pandemic, which we have seen, customers are hardly visiting branches because of the social connects, or these are all things, right? So we wanted to create a lot of innovations at smart ATMs, or a customer entering in a bank branch, and we understand is a sentiment. So those were delayed, maybe whatever reasons are there. But now I think we have geared up for those activities. We have seen blockchain journey has started on the right time. AI journey has started on right time. We could have done API and ESB journey way back in 2014 instead of 2017. We could have done magic in this industry. One or few things which I look at when I look at the whole industry is moving, right? Or the regulator is moving. I think we are blessed with a very good regulator. I keep on giving sessions in NIBM. Which helps industry to move, right? We have seen CBDT adoption or blockchain adoption in RBI's paper. It's all because of the way we curate or the way we train bankers, right? Video KYC on blockchain, or tomorrow's account aggregator on blockchain, right? Or UPI or payments ecosystem. NPC has an opportunity to create another subsidiary. They keep on creating, right? Which will be without settlement and without reconciliation kind of a system, right? It is all possible, right? We can save a lot of time. Banks coming together, we can do away with a lot of those operations, cash handling operations. Similarly, we need to see how this banking platform, banking as you go, or you say that banking as a platform, right? BaaS platform, will really help for next generation banking everywhere. Every bank has its own orbit, but we need to see how, although competition is very important, collaboration also very important, right? So, but at the moment, how do we, as a country, how we improve innovation index of all banks together with the better operations or zero operations, adoption of right technologies on time. So efforts are going. I can say that RBIH or any of those organizations or any of the champion at India level should really bring more digital transformation to the bank. So that's what I always think of while I'm sitting in DCB Bank. How can we really drive industry also? Yeah.
Thanks. That's a fantastic thinking point for the entire sector. To think not just at the bank level, but at the industry level as a whole. Superb.
So why not to improvise there and automatically all banks get benefit. When I joined DCB Bank, I never thought of I will reach to this level, right? So believe in your own thoughts, believe in convincing these thoughts to your management, your people, right? And every organization has its own up and downs, right? But it's always up to you. How do you really convince your people, make them understand this is how we should go to the next level? And while doing this, keep collaborating with your tech partners. Meet up as much as partner you want, right? It may not be useful now, but eventually some point later it is useful, right? Meet fellow bankers, and keep understanding. I think reading so many articles on internet or discussing with experts so called Manojji or Babu Nair or some of the CXOs of Kotak, or it gives us a lot of insights how really we can move further on, right? So collaboration is very, very important. Talk to startups, talk to fintechs, and keep on innovating in your thought process. Keep on researching things. I think this will give a lot of insight, a lot of incentives to, or a lot of energy within to move to the next level. And yeah, this is just some of my learning which I have seen at the DCB Bank. Enjoy your work, and if you are enjoying, it is always a success for you. You don't have to really look for at the end of a day or at the end of a year success. So that's how I'm driving myself here.
It's fantastic. I'm sure your team and everyone in your organization is really inspired by the way you have done things and the way you are thinking. I think the younger generation needs to see that vision, that there is so much that is really possible and achievable. We at Banking Frontiers are always looking to new innovations and achievements that bankers like you are driving. Thank you, Prasanna. Wish you all the best for the days ahead. All the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Manojji. Have a nice day, and we'll catch up again.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.